This is Blake Suniga alongside Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, and we're excited for some 2K hoops.
A look now at the starting lineups for both teams.
Lots of fantastic players in this league, no doubt about it. But who do you consider the most versatile?
I'll go with Nafisa Collier. She pretty much fills it up everywhere on the stat sheet, whether it's points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Collier gives you everything.
You mentioned those numbers. I mean, she's been a defensive player of the year as well. Collier can guard or play basically every position. Lisa Collier is a superstar with serious versatility.
Now here's McBride.
Screen by Smith.
Carlton's shot is off.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
Plum with it. McBride covering.
Plum can't hit.
Pass to Carlton. Azare Stevens with the block.
Because of Stevens' competitive drive, she doesn't want to allow any easy buckets.
We gotta see that one again. That block was an all-out effort.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that, it goes a long way. It establishes the attitude you want.
And just about a minute into this first quarter. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That'll get the ref's attention.
Very close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it. To me, it didn't really look like her feet were set.
And it's the Sparks ball. When it comes to winning, few do it better than this Lynx franchise.
Yeah, I mean, look, from 2011, one losing season in Minnesota, come on. It feels like they're always a contender. And a lot of that comes down to coaching. This team is always prepared.
Here's Smith. It's good.
As soon as that steal was made, there was nothing they could really do to stop the break.
And that's why turnovers will kill you. It gives your coach a headache and puts you at such a disadvantage defending.
And that's what every team wants, easy points.
Now here is Stevens. Pass to Alama. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Hamby. Oh, and it's blocked by Alana Smith.
Because of Smith's ability to read opponents effectively, she's able to be just a quality shot blocker.
And we're about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Right outside. Carlton.
Guarded by Jackson.
Here's Collier. Off to a good start as she hits her first shot attempt.
How about that shot going in for Collier? Looked like the contact might disrupt her. Guess it didn't.
Hamby outside. Inside. Plum.
Good, and De'Erica Hamby gets the assist.
The second she got around the pick and shook her man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very well done.
The screen by Collier.
And there's the call on Stevens.
That is her first foul of the game. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to the aggressive swat.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Pass to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Another one falls for Minnesota.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Now here is Stevens. Plum with it.
Now guarded by McBride. Hamby sets a screen. And stolen by Smith.
First quarter of action and just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Williams. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Nafisa Collier.
And it's rebounded by Kelsey Plum.
The Sparks trailing. Past Alama.
Eyes up, watch her. Don't give her space.
Jackson outside.
Plum. And now Jackson. The tray. And that's collected by Kayla McBride. Now the Lynx with it. Collier outside. Releases. The Sparks grab the miss.
And the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, Nafisa Collier.
And what's great about her winning the award, Collier does her defense with positioning and reading the game. At 6'1", she's got unique traits for a DPOY.
And here's Collier. Pass to McBride. Right at the free throw line. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You love to see that offensive mindset from McBride. And fans are rarely disappointed with her intensity.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You have to make sure your feet are set. But when you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
The Lynx with the lead. Here's Williams. Pass to McBride. Smith. She's covered by Hamby. 4 on the clock. Here's Collier. Makes it off the glass.
Looking real comfortable attacking around the rim. If you give Collier the rock anywhere near the basket, she's not going to disappoint.
Now here's Hamby. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Jackson. Hamby left side. And here's Plum. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Smith. Minnesota calls a timeout.
Looks like the coach saw some things out there that need adjusting, and it's going to take a little time to talk it over.
Yeah, and never a bad idea to use a timeout if there's something that's got you concerned.
Both teams making substitutions here.
And the Sparks trading for Kelsey Plum. What a major statement from that front office.
Yeah, they gave up the 2nd overall pick in 2025 to get Kelsey. I think it was a solid move. The Sparks have lacked an elite scoring guard like Plum, and it's sending a clear message. We don't just want to win, we want to win now.
The three-pointer is on target.
So much action these days out of the pick and roll. Williams is made for this type of basketball, a slick dribbling and good decision-making player.
Now here is Stevens. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. And it's wide right, hits off the rim. Right outside. Pass to Shepard. Here's Heidemann. The kick out to McBride. Lets the 3 fly. Stevens grabs the board. that concludes the first quarter of play. The Lynx on top. They lead by 9. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. A lopsided first quarter in the books as we get ready to begin the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Lynx, what's your take so far?
Some great defense on their part so far in this one.
They've really worked well as a unit to help on drives and rotations.
McBride misses. And the Sparks with possession here. They trail by 9 points. And Erica Hamby is going to pick up the foul. That'll be her second foul of the game. Now Heidemann, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Pass to McBride. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Cannon, McBride covering. Launches a 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Lynx ball.
Substitution on the court.
And here's Heidemann. Right outside. On the wing, Dejanay Carrington. And the Lynx miss again.
That's definitely a situation where you want to make sure you don't give her too good of a look.
Absolutely, and the defense better not relax because she might hit that one next time.
Now here's Alaman. Clock at 6. Brink. Trying her luck from deep. Carrington grabs the board.
The 2024 Most Improved Player was none other than San Diego native Dejanay Carrington.
She's always been an excellent defender. Offensively, though, Carrington took a major step forward, scoring about 13 points per game.
There's Heidemann. And she's good on the 3 ball.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Brink. Lets it go from deep. The Sparks, no good that time either. Here's Shepard. Down low. Carlton laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
She did so well to lead her teammate right to the ideal spot. That's the kind of playmaking coaches like to see.
Brink. She's guarded by Shepard. Brink left side. Shepard pulls it in. Here's Heidemann. She's guarded by Alaman. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. Another 3 for Minnesota.
Chalk up a few more points for them. This has been a one-sided game in just every area.
Absolutely. Their defense, their offense, it's all been outstanding.
It's just been a tremendous performance, Brian.
Timeout called the Sparks. Plum. Well, with the amount of emphasis on three-point shooting in this league, we see less and less two big lineups.
Pace and space are the name of the game. You got to have a very fluid set of bigs to run two at a time.
And across the globe, looking at different women's and men's basketball leagues and international competitions, that seems to be the trend for every single top league. Basketball has changed. The WNBA has adjusted with everybody else.
They have a very long way to go to get within sight of the lead.
And Blake, from what we've seen so far, if I were you, for your health, don't hold your breath.
Yeah, that'd be a very bad idea. Plum can't hit. And here are the Lynx now. 18 points separating the teams, and that's the biggest lead of the game. Nafisa Collier on the wing. 5 on the clock. And it's Minnesota scoring again.
Love Collier's discipline on offense. Looks for a shot she likes and dedicates to it.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, it's been a long time without a bucket. Focus.
Now here's Plum. Pass to Cannon. Takes the three. Rebounded by Nafisa Collier.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Azarae Stevens with the block. And you gotta be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this one.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you got to do. Contest every shot.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Williams. Down it goes for her third basket in as many tries.
You know, she might be 5'8", but Williams has tons of different ways to finish at the hoop. Hard to stop.
Now here's Peely. Carlton defending. She gets it in there.
I'll bet her percentage is pretty high from that range.
Now the Lynx with it. What an incredible run by the Lynx to the 2024 WNBA Finals.
Winning a clutch Game 5 against Connecticut in the semifinals and taking the liberty to 5 in the finals. That deciding game went to overtime, and the Lynx were pretty much one play away from winning it all.
Now here's Plum. Past Alama. Wing shot on the way. That shot is no good, and she's 1 for 3 from the floor. To the inside. Here's Collier. Tries again. Oh, Brink, get that shot out. Now here's Peely. Guarded closely. Three-pointer Kelsey Plum. Here's the second effort. Stevens with the bucket, getting it done inside.
And I like the energy Stevens showed right there, refusing to quit on the offensive glass.
Collier, Brink covering. The 11-footer, up again. The Spark squad struggling. And shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the paint, the steal. To the middle. Pass to Carlton. Back to Williams. Here's Heidemann. Collier, Brink covering. Tries to break her ice. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Lynx on top. They lead by 18. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter after the break.
And welcome back as we begin the second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, but anything can happen.
Williams has been such a difference maker here.
Well, she created a lot of good shots for herself in the first couple of quarters, and she knows when to pass up on the tough ones. Good shot selection.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for her, and that's a stat that really tells you how efficient a player has been.
Welcome back to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the final 2 quarters. Now here's Smith. Williams, she's guarded by Alamon.
And Williams gets it to go.
Well, she shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. You know, like we say, she's been making music all day long.
Plum with it. McBride covering. To the wing, right side. And not a good shot for her. They can get better looks than that. Pass to Williams. It's hauled in by the Sparks.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions.
Inside. Here's Hamby. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
You can see just how solid Hamby's mechanics are. Picks a shot she likes and sends it right in.
Well, the Sparks struggled to an 8-32 record last year. But, you know, Rakia Jackson was a bright spot.
As a rookie in 2024, Jackson averaging 13 points per game. And when you look at the month-by-month stats, she was over 16 per contest over the final 3 months, showing some serious in-season growth.
Now here's Plum. Alemán with it. Offensive board. Something you never like to see, but guys, she definitely looks hurt.
Boy, that did not look good. Let's hope it's something not too serious.
You've got to feel for her. You can see how much distress she's in. I just hope she's okay.
So Sparks making a switch here.
Number 22, Cameron Brink.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get a hand on it. And as the shot clock expires, 24-second violation. And they're making this a runaway.
Yeah, the only question here for us to follow is how big the lead will eventually become.
Williams sets the screen. The 19-foot shot. And rebounded by Brink.
Anybody want to bet that she won't miss that shot the next time she takes it?
Jackson outside. To the inside. Stevens, that's good.
That's a great example of Stevens' comfortability and focus around the basket. So effective down there.
Now here's Collier. 8 points for her. What a run in the playoffs last year for Minnesota, led by Nafisa Collier.
Yeah, getting to her first WNBA finals was a huge deal. Collier averaged 23-9 in those 12 playoff games, coming so close to winning her first title.
And the first one falls for her. Well, this season, we have the Golden State Valkyries, and it's the first expansion team since Atlanta in the late 2000s.
Yeah, and soon the WNBA will expand to Canada with the Toronto Tempo starting play next year. Plus, you got the rebirth of the Portland franchise.
Hey, those are two basketball-crazed areas joining the fold. Personally, I'm really excited for the Seattle-Portland rivalry to be renewed.
And she can't hit the second.
Well, I know we're all happy to see Cameron Brink out there after she tore her ACL last season.
Only got to play in 15 games as a rookie, but we saw the talent that made her the second overall pick, with Brink averaging over 2 blocks per game.
Stevens, that's good.
Well, that's just Stevens playing big right there. My goodness.
Smith outside. Right outside. Carlton. And again, no good by Minnesota. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Stevens. Outside Brink. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the 3-second violation.
Foolish play. I mean, she's got to be thinking out there.
Which she clearly isn't at this moment. Or maybe she was thinking, just not about basketball.
And confident play we're seeing out of them.
Yeah, the scoreboard tells the story.
Pass to Shepard. Now here's McBride. And here's Smith. Brink covering. Down low. Stevens. That's another one for her. Her 5th in just 7 shots.
And look how well she led her in there with that pass.
Now Shepard. Pass to Williams. Here's Smith. Brink covering. Smith, no good. And here's Plum. Outside Brink. Back to Plum. Outside Brink. Here's Plum. Courtney Williams with the defensive effort. Collier outside. Fades away. The Sparks grab the miss. And they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. They got to score.
Outside Stevens. Outside Plum. And stolen by Smith. On the wing, Kayla McBride. Gets it to go from downtown.
I love how McBride is unafraid of making mistakes, and she really just plays her game and then will live with the results.
Now here's Plum to the middle. Well-timed pass and goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
The second she got around the pick and shook her man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very well done.
Here's Smith. 16-point lead. Pass to McBride. Fires for 3. And the Lynx another 3.
With the smooth touch from outside, McBride's versatility leaves defenses pretty vulnerable.
Now here's Plum. Here's Stevens. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Kelsey Plum.
You know, you simply cannot say enough about her individual performance so far, even if the all-around team effort has been lacking.
Here's Smith. Pass to McBride. Beyond the arc. Kayla McBride with another miss. Now here's Plum. She's guarded by Williams. Now here's Plum. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Good call there. Her feet still moving when she sets the screen.
And she sort of lowered her shoulder into her, too. A move you perfected, actually. But they were going to get her there one way or the other.
Now Heidemann. McBride outside for three. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Lynx on top, leading by 17. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. Welcome you back as we get going into the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Left side, Stevens, and stolen by Shepard. Up ahead, and Williams gets it to go.
Yeah, and the floor really opened up for her there.
And that was not a good reaction from the defense.
Yeah, they look real slow.
The three hits it from 3-point range.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Pass to Heidemann. Williams. Now here's Shepard. Inside. Intercepted. To the paint. Here's Stevens. Lays it up and banks it in.
And once Stevens finds her rhythm, she stays aggressive, which is a nightmare for opponents.
Pass to Shepard. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Cannon.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Alema. Shot clock at 6. Shot on the wing. Harrington grabs the board. Here's Minnesota. Pass to Williams from downtown. And the Lynx miss again.
Hard to figure out why she didn't bury that one. Not a defender near her.
Now here's Aleman, covered by Carrington. And here's Cannon. And here's Burrell. Puts up a 3. Harrington grabs the board. Pass to Carlton. Here's Williams. Here's Carrington. And again, no good by Minnesota. And they've been looking at a sink offensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside Stevens. Yes, for basket number 9. She's missed only 2 shots from the floor all night.
Loves to grow and improve. Stevens is always looking to add another wrinkle to her game, and that catch and shoot's pretty deadly.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in.
Harrington outside.
McBride. Pass to Collier. The kick out to McBride. 5 to shoot. To end the drought. And the Lynx miss again. Kelsey Plum from outside.
It's hauled in by Smith.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not. Offensively, she can be the engine that drives them at any given moment.
Screen by Jackson.
Three-pointer, Kelsey Plum. And it's out of bounds. The Sparks able to retain possession here.
To Los Angeles. Substitution on the court.
Aleman with it.
Williams there. Shot clock at 5.
Kicks it out to Plum.
From deep.
And it's Kelsey Plum again missing.
Sometimes you just want to show off your range.
I mean, we already know how good her range is, so I don't know why she's firing from that deep.
Now here's Carlton.
And it's Aleman with the foul. That is her first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Smith.
Clock at 6. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. Collier gets the bucket.
A team-oriented leader with a passion for making others better. McBride is simply a fantastic teammate.
Now here's Aleman. Jackson outside.
To the inside. Parked down low that time and got hit with the 3-second call.
Big blunder there. That could cost them.
And a terrible time for it to happen when they're trying to cut down this lead.
Awful.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Pass to Collier.
Remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And Azarae Stevens picks up the foul. That's her third foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Carlton on the wing. Smith.
She's guarded by Stevens. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Carlton. From outside the arc.
Brink grabs the miss.
And the Sparks with possession here. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Now Plum. To the middle.
Brink, the shot is good.
Beautiful dish down low.
And a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they should use some clock.
Here's Collier. Another one falls for Minnesota.
They're not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I think it's safe to say that lead is too big to overcome at this point. Just not enough time on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Timeout called the Sparks.
on with it. Pass to Stevens. Outside Brink. From past the arc. Rebound, Kayla McBride. And they've built a very nice lead.
No signs of slowing down, at least as far as I can tell.
Pass to Carlton. 5 to shoot. McBride. For 3, Nafisa Collier. Doesn't go that time. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by the Lynx. 22 was their biggest lead. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and game clock. Collier outside. Pass to McBride. There's the triple. That one doesn't drop. So we see the Lynx taking the W here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they never found.
The energy here was just tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. Once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm, the flow of the game. What a treat.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone.